Hi, my name is Koen van Rompay. I actually founded Sahaya International about 13 years ago. And so I got involved totally by chance. I do research on HIV and AIDS at the University of California here in Davis. And I traveled to South India to go to a medical conference to present some of my research data. And for me, that was my first trip to a developing country. And I was very shocked just to see the poverty on the streets in South India, children begging for food, begging for some money for survival. And I felt very frustrated because here I am, a medical scientist from the USA, trying to do something about the HIV/AIDS epidemic, but yet these people have so many other needs. And so I felt I had to do something. Even if I could just make a small difference, it would be more than worth it. Totally by chance at the conference, I met a social worker from a very remote rural area. And so we became friends, and I decided to try to help him because women in his village, they were making cards. They were using embroidery to make very beautiful greeting cards. And I thought, look, this is a way I can help. I can sell some of these cards to my friends. And that's how it started. My first
Really?
semester was like $20. And that inspired me then to, a year later, start Sahaya International, to really start an organization that we could really improve our efficiency to make a difference. So Sahaya International has become a large umbrella organization. So we basically support a number of growing grassroots projects in developing countries. We have a very large program that we have been supporting in South India. There we have an orphan sponsorship program. We have formed many women's self-help groups. We help people affected by HIV and AIDS. In other countries, for example, we have in Kenya a large program where we work with deaf youth and deaf adults. We have developed a sign language-based curriculum to teach deaf youth and adults about HIV and AIDS. We also built shelters for poor people in Vietnam. We are working on fighting dengue fever in the Philippines. So over the years, Sahaya has really become a large network of friends, a large umbrella organizations to inspire people to rally behind good projects that can make a really big difference. So we don't have any paid staff. We are 100% volunteer based. So we are,
Really?
yes, we are a group of friends. We just dedicate our free time. So of course, for me, it's like I spend basically all my free time on it. I have still my daily job as an HIV scientist, and I spend all my evenings and weekends doing the work for Sahaya, and we also have several other volunteers who are all very passionate about it.
Wow, that's incredibly impressive. I have staff standing behind me listening to you that are all just like, oh my gosh, this is a wonderful, an incredible story. Is there something that you would like people to know in this video about the organization or the work that you do, either what you do or how they could help?
Yeah, so basically, Sahaya is an organization that, as I mentioned, is 100% volunteer based. And Sahaya is basically a large family. We are a network of friends from many different backgrounds, from many different nationalities, who all share the commitment to make a difference and to help people in developing countries with getting access to healthcare, education, vocational skills. And so we really work with grassroots projects in developing countries. And for example, in India, we have a large programs to help women and children. People can really help us in many different ways. Of course, they can go to our website to learn more about our programs.
Okay.
They can also, for example, sponsor a child. We have large orphan sponsorship program where for $30 per month, you can actually support an orphan in South India. And so this program has actually been growing a lot over the years. Right now, we have more than 220 children part of this program. These children write their sponsor several times per year, make drawings. So it's actually a very rewarding program because you actually have a relationship with a child, with a needy child that is so happy to have a foster parent, somebody who not just gives financial support, but somebody who thinks of them. Because, for example, I sponsor a number of children, I write them. Some of the children have been in the program for a long time. They are in college, so I can Skype with them. I send them emails, and so it's very rewarding. When I was informed that I was nominated, I was very honored and very humbled to be nominated. Especially after I went to the CDK website and I saw the stories of the many amazing volunteers who were also nominated for the award. So when I was informed that we won the award, I was very happy. From the beginning of the contest, I had actually made up my mind that if I would win the award, the full amount of money would go to Sahaya to help needy children in our programs. Although we have about 220 children in this program, we still have a very long waiting list. And so that's why I decided if we would win the award, we knew that $5,000 would be able to help 14 additional children for 1 full year.
That's wonderful.
And that really fueled our motivation. And so for me, I was very touched to just see the amazing support of so many volunteers all across the world who totally rallied behind us to vote and encouraged all their friends to also vote. I mean, I made connections with people in Asia, in Africa, people often who are also, for example, poor students who said, look, we don't have the money to help to make a difference, but we can vote, our friends to vote. And that was for me so touching to see that amazing level of support. And so I know the race was very tight, but in the end, when we won, we were so happy just knowing that we can help 14 more children.
That's great to know that. To hear that 14 more children get assistance for a year is really important. Makes me feel great. Makes all of us here feel good. Thank you so much. You have an inspiring story. You've run into few people like you who have given so much.
I think it's really wonderful that you honor so many volunteers and make such a big difference. So
thank you.
I'm very touched and thankful.
Thank you, Koen. Thank you. It was lovely to meet you.
Thanks.
Have
Bye.
a good day. Goodbye.